quarter of adults in Britain are so obsessed with cleaning and tidying that they spend over 4 years of their waking lives on household chores, with many feeling compelled to abide by strict regimes and rituals.
I call these my buffing socks. I literally go around and buff the floors really hard.
I can scrub so much that I can take the coating off of the buttons.
This blind always has to go in this position so that this bit is level. I couldn't be outside and see one blind higher than the other.
But for most of us, keeping our homes clean and tidy is not a priority, with the average family sofa harbouring more bacteria than a loo seat. And only a third of us washing our hands after we use the toilet.
Oh.
Literally, a part of me has just died inside.
It's just horrendous.
Can a group of obsessive cleaners transform the habits of a nation?
Can't even get the door open, can you?
You got dog feces. This is the stuff I'm having to deal with.
I think I'll knock with me feet.
Or will changing the lives of those with a very different attitude to cleanliness prove too much for our compulsive cleaners?
It's a 4-bedroom dog kennel.
Where do you start? Where do you bloody start, Sonia?
Whose need for perfection has become an obsession.
They're all over the work surface and just something that I couldn't deal with.
You're just walking off like some sort of...
Clive needs to put his hand down his pants, find his balls and make a decision.
OCD-diagnosed full-time mum of 2 Jade isn't easily distracted when it comes to her cleaning regime.
My daily routine is to get up in the morning, get the children to school, and then I've got that sort of from 9 o'clock until 3 o'clock. So I can just clean and clean and clean and nobody can interrupt me. If the phone rings when I'm cleaning, then it gets completely ignored.
Keeping her bed covers crinkle-free is just one of her rituals.
This is a daily thing that I do just to get rid of the creases. It's a sense of satisfaction. It will look nicer.
And she leaves nothing to chance when it comes to protecting herself from dirt.
One of my massive pet hates is grease. I take 2 sandwich bags, I put 1 on each hand, and then I'll clean. It's a big bone of contention, my table and chairs. What I like to have is these 2 ends of the chair touching the table like this one is now, but it never happens. They just don't seem to fit properly under the table.
With up to 40 hours a week spent cleaning, Jade's obsession with perfection runs throughout her entire 3-bedroom house.
If I was to put a bottle in that, it would look full up, and I don't like things that are full up. I have to have that space. I've been known to throw away items from the cupboards, from the fridge, purely because it doesn't fit into looking neat. The biggest hate for me is pet hair. I have absolutely no pets, never will, never would. Pet hair is a really, really big hate for me, and it just makes me feel really dirty. I just feel like I have to clean all the time. If I haven't got the option to clean, that can really, really make me anxious.
Jade's extreme habits haven't gone unnoticed by her children.
Mummy cleans every single day.
I would really, really like to change. It's something that I really want to try hard and do because I can't go out. I feel like I'm being stuck in a house.
She'll be spending time away from the security of her pristine home in order to help someone who lacks her obsession for cleaning.
I want to take part to make myself realise I don't have to be this way. When I go to meet the person that I'm going to clean for, I want to make them feel better about life.
Jade is taking her 6-hour-a-day cleaning habit from her Cornwall home nearly 300 miles to Dunstable in Bedfordshire. "49-year-old Deborah Chennels lives in a 3-bed semi, along with her pet dog and 6 rescue goats.
Hang on. I'm known as the goat woman in Dunstable. Everybody knows me as the goat woman.
Oh, look at that. That's a very handsome lad.
Deborah bought her house 7 years ago and provided a safe haven in her garden for rescue goats.
I only bought the house for the animals anyway, but it was supposed to be the garden they were going into, not the house. They ended up coming in the house, and it's ended up being a sanctuary, really, for the animals to live in, more than a home for me to live in, really.
They've now taken over the kitchen, conservatory and living room, treating the house like a 5-star hotel, with Deborah catering to their every need.
Do the toast. Here, Ross. Good boy. Good girlie. No more, could you get too fat? Well, in the morning, I normally get a call from Oscar to let me know that it's feeding time, and Skippy will go to the window and he'll stick his head through and very patiently wait for his breakfast.
Deborah has 6 goats ranging in age from 10 years to 3 months old, including Skippy, a British alpine who is the heaviest at 27 stone.
I don't know if he's the biggest goat in the country. People were absolutely amazed by his size.
Let's have a look underneath. Good boy, Skip.
You're fine with him, you can't.
In order to get her goats back to full fitness, Deborah has spent most of her time and money on looking after them.
They're fit, they're well, they're enjoying themselves, they're run as a herd, which is how goats should be.
Yeah. My 3 pygmy goats have the run of the house. It's ended up in a complete mess because I've just let the goats take over. They smashed everything, they'd eaten everything, they crapped everywhere. This house needs so much cleaning, but I'm definitely overwhelmed because I know that it's never ending. It's just a never-ending job.
But her love for the goats is so strong, she can't face banishing them to the garden.
With these goats, it was something like I was missing in my life. Something to cuddle, something that will give you unconditional love, and it's like they appreciate you, really.
She's now asked for help to finally get the goats out and turn her house back into a home.
The house is supposed to be for me, not just for the animals. I think people are very surprised when they open the front door to see a goat. Hello, come in. Come on, this way. This is my kids.
Blimey.
They've taken over the house a bit.
So how long have you had them inside the house for?
Well, 6 years.
Just looking at the cooker where the goat droppings are.
Oscar's the only one that's actually house trained 100%. He will actually either run into the conservatory to go, or he'll run out the door.
I just want to freeze. I don't really know where to go.
This is my front room.
Oh my God.
I'll just move him back a bit for you. Sometimes he'll open the conservatory door and sort of let himself in.
He looks like a horse.
He's actually bigger than a pony. He's opened the front door before when someone's knocked on the front door. Once, I found him upstairs laying in my bed. Oh. And he's laid on the bed with his head on the pillow.
Oh, no. Massive, massive goat in your lounge. This hand's sweating in the sandwich bag, but I can't take it out because something might touch it.
But the goats are not the only inhabitants in Deborah's living room.
Is that something that is quite a common problem in here, the flies?
I don't get them upstairs because I don't tend to let the animals go upstairs, hardly at all. We come into the conservatory.
Literally feel like I'm stood in a barn.
They love the luxury. I mean, he absolutely adores coming in here. I mean, you can see by his face.
I bet he's got a conservatory.
Yeah, because you don't see it anywhere else, do you?
Your conservatory is now...
A stable.
A stable. It's just chaos. You've got this massive goat, and then you kind of look up and you think, ah, yeah, it's actually part of your house. It's your conservatory.
I can understand enough to freak anybody out. Somebody who's germophobic is their worst nightmare, coming into a situation like this.
It's just way too much. I've never ever seen anything like this before. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. And I am stood in poo.
Having assessed the scale of the task, it's clear to Jade that big changes will have to be made.
Okay,
Take a seat if you dare.
I'll put a sandwich bag down if you don't mind. Gives me a little bit of protection.
You've put that little bag on there, which ain't even big enough anyway. What do you actually think that will do?
My anxiety goes down if I've got something that I feel protects me.
You need bigger sandwich bags.
Yeah.
To fully restore Deborah's house, the goats will need their own outside accommodation refurbishing.
I don't know anybody who mucks out their conservatory. You're a first.
I'm unique.
If we were to then take the goats out for the clean,
yeah.
After the clean, what would your thoughts be about not letting the goats back in again?
I would actually be happy to have my own space. Where they can't come into the house and garden, I've actually got my own space.
In the UK, 60% of men do not wash their hands after visiting a toilet, unlike a certain group of Britons who are waging a constant war on dirt. Media sales rep and mother of three, Lindsay from Peterborough, prides herself in maintaining a meticulous, germ-free home.
I buy a lot of bleach. Right, I've just been shopping and I just wipe them down with bleach and a bit of boiled water. Let it dry, straight in the cupboard. My best friend is my hoover. I love her, she's fab. Before the kids go to school, I've probably hoovered 4 or 5 times. By 12 o'clock, 7 or 8 times. By the end of the day, could be nearing 20 times a day. I think there's too many diseases and funny things in this country and we need to be on top of them.
Lindsay never lets her high standards slip and cleans her toilet up to 30 times a day. Lindsay's worked hard to ensure her partner of 8 years, Rob, falls into line with her strict regime.
When I first met him, he was living with friends in this flat and it was disgusting, but he's been trained since then, trust me. What do you do on Sunday morning?
Pass.
Change all the beds.
Clean the floors.
Yeah, beds and floors. He'll do this, and when he goes out or something, I'll just do it again.
She can't sit in the lounge and relax.
Sunday morning is a full house clean. Furniture out, everything blitzed. I'm a complete control freak. The way I live is the correct way to live. I can't understand why people live in dirt, but I'll be going in, giving their house a thorough clean, sorting it out for them. People are clean like me and have good order, then their life will be more satisfying.
Right, I'm going now.
All right, see you later.
Everyone.
Have a nice time.
See you
Bye-bye.
Lindsay is leaving the comfort of her sanitised safe haven for the seaside town of Blackpool to inspire people with her fanatical cleaning habits.
Oh dear. Seriously, people cannot live like this. The windows are disgusting. Hello.
Hi.
Newlyweds Scott and Faith met online 2 years ago.
The first thing that I expected her to do the first time she came around was to run a mile.
The first time I came into the house, that's when I discovered there was really a problem.
They live together in amateur inventor Scott's 3-bedroom house, where every room is full to bursting with his 4 years' worth of scrap, clutter and materials for his unfinished inventions.
People would call it scrap, but I call it potential. Basically, I'm an inventor, I fix things up, slowly becoming a home.
While there's been some improvements since I've moved in, I think on a scale of badness, I'd say it's really bad.
Scott's hoard has increased so much, it really affects the couple's social life.
Looking at it all, just how am I ever going to let anybody in here?
He's even had to rip out a fully functional kitchen to make space for his collection of materials.
I don't have a kitchen.
This fridge is in the hallway because at the moment it's the only place it'll go.
Now all food is prepared and eaten in the bedroom.
So if we wanted to make like a soup from scratch, we couldn't do it because we just don't have the facility.
And the washing up is done in the bathroom.
It's got to the point where it's just not feasible to live this way anymore. I don't want to be getting to the stage where I'm actually packing my bags and leaving. I definitely think we need help. I mean, it's just got too much for the pair of us to handle.
I love Faith with all my heart. She's the apple of my eye, so I've got to change. And the house has got to be back to a decent standard. I think you'll be amazed once it's done.
I'd be amazed.
Scott's hoarding is showing no sign of stopping, and Faith is desperate for change. She's convinced Scott to call on the services of obsessive cleaner Lindsay.
We come through this back room into the kitchen.
So this is your kitchen?
It will be.
Really?
It will be.
Oh, how are you coping with this?
Not.
We're not.
So if you want to have, where's your sink with your water and stuff?
The sink is
There
up
isn't
against
one.
the wall.
So where do you get, if you want a glass of water, what do you do?
Bathroom.
Really?
Yeah.
This is our bedroom.
So this is like the main room that you live in, really, is it? So how do you find sort of that, having sort of your kitchen bits and pieces in your bedroom?
I don't want all this in here, it should be in the kitchen.
Because I can't abide food in bedrooms and drinks. So I find this quite frustrating. You seem quite comfortable with it,
There's
quite
nothing
cool
more
with
relaxing
it.
than sitting, watching TV on the bed and having a nice cuppa.
Yeah.
A couple of biscuits to dunk in.
She cannot seriously sleep in that. It's disgusting. It's not a bedroom. And how can they be a couple in that bedroom? So this is your lounge. And you've got a lot of stuff in here, haven't you? Where have you actually got a sofa under all that?
There's a sofa in the window
chairs there.
and there's two
Right.
chairs.
Why has this happened then?
Circumstances have just made it like this.
Yeah.
It's affecting my mental health.
Is it?
I do get quite depressed.
Yeah, I can imagine.
With the mess, yeah.
Really, really feel for her. And she needs me to inspire her. You cannot live like this. Everything's got to be binned. So you are looking to get straight then?
We want it straight.
Right, OK, so you're willing for me to be quite brutal, maybe get a skip and just chuck?
Nothing would delight me more than just to get a skip and just
chuck it all in.
A lot of things have purpose.
I think I've got a bit of a challenge with him, but it's going to be my way, not his way.
Having experienced the chaos of their home, Lindsay's keen to explain how her routine could benefit the couple.
I tend to wash the kitchen floor, say 4 or 5 times a day. Sometimes on my hands and knees with a cloth, doing all the skirtings.
Yeah.
So the rest of the time just with a mop, quick mop, because the kids have eaten their tea and there's the odd germ. Because if it's clean, I'm happier.
Yeah. There's no wrong with order.
No.
It's just if it starts taking over your life, it takes your life away. You must have not much time to do anything else.
I don't have much time to do anything else.
I was going to say, do you have a hobby?
Yeah, it is a hobby.
No, do you have another hobby?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
In Dunstable, OCD-diagnosed Jade, who cleans her own home up to 6 hours a day, is taking on 7 years' worth of goat mess.
Now that I know what's in Debbie's house, I know what I'm going to be faced with.
Anxious that she will struggle with the mountains of dirt, Jade is determined to protect herself.
Where do you want to start?
I want to try and get this room done by sort of lunchtime. I'm going to attempt not to use my sandwich bags, so I'm going to put them down. Is that a bin job?
Yeah, that's a bin job. Yeah, it's no good.
The goats have invaded Deborah's kitchen, conservatory and living room. In order to clean, they'll have to remove all the
It'd
furniture.
be that side, wouldn't it? When it
Yeah,
comes?
then we can bring everything out and put it
Stick
on
it.
However, there's one large obstacle in the way.
Oh my God. Why are you looking at me like that?
Oh, there's a goat in there. Skippy, get out! Now. She was like freaked out, but I think it's more the size because she's just not worried so much about the little goats. So she seems better with the smaller animals than what she is with the big guys.
Oh my God, there's another one. No, 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 get away. Stay there. This is bizarre. I'm cleaning a house and there's goats just walking around. It makes it quite difficult, doesn't it? It's a goat and it doesn't belong in a house. People belong in a house and little pets, but there is no way that a goat belongs in a house.
With little progress being made, Jade needs to get the goats out of the house, so she confronts Deborah with a difficult decision.
I don't know, just...
It's going to be really tough. I can understand that completely. What you've got to think about when they're not here is what you're going to achieve out of it. I mean, it's going to look stunning in here. It's going to look really, really nice, and that's going to be for you. They, to you, are your children.
That's all I've ever lived for. is because I've had the animals. They've just kept me alive. Because I've had nobody else.
It's just the way that they've sort of crept into your home. That's the only bit that really needs to stop.
I know it's for the best. I do know it's for the best. I just don't know if I can do it.
You can, you got to. Just for yourself. Very emotional about that. It's literally like losing a part of her life, but it's got to happen for Debbie's benefit. That's all, nobody else. It's got to be for Debbie.
1 in 50 people in Britain are diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder. For some of these, it can manifest itself in an obsessive fear of germs and a compulsion to clean.
It's not right, I've got to keep on straightening it and keep on doing it until it's perfect.
For them, the outside world can be a terrifying place.
Oh my God.
In Sussex, mum of 3 Hayley was diagnosed with OCD in 2007. She spends £800 a year on bleach, trying to keep her home sterile.
OCD, it's like a doubting illness. You doubt what germs are there, you're constantly thinking about the cleanliness of things.
To test if outside her home is as dirty as she fears, Hayley is joining forces with fellow obsessive compulsive cleaners to take themselves out of their comfort zone.
I've always been told to push my boundaries.
That is high.
And I've just drank that pigging coffee.
Joining Hayley this week are fellow OCD-diagnosed mother and daughter, Leslie and Tuesday.
I will hoover 2-3 hours a day. The thought of the dust in my house drives me crackers. So I've got to hoover within an inch of my life.
Along with OCD-diagnosed Denise, whose condition results in compulsive rituals.
I would just go 9-10, 9-10, 9-10.
Today, they're visiting a shopping centre, a place which germaphobes avoid at all costs.
I haven't been to a shopping mall for 20-25 years. And that is simply because of the smells in shops, the BO, or somebody will brush past you and they smell, and the coughing and the sneezing.
Panicking a little bit now.
Sometimes you can feel the wet on your neck. It's not good, that wet.
I like to buy online, so I think today for me, I am pushing my boundaries a little bit.
The thing with me is using a cash point, using a cash machine in the shops, pressing those buttons that are absolutely crawling with bacteria, germs.
With 26% of hands showing traces of fecal contamination, it's not surprising that 14% of banknotes and 10% of credit cards are contaminated.
The amount of filth on here is just like completely gross. It's going to have to be like with the antibac wipes.
I wouldn't use one of these ever. Ever.
Most forms of fecal bacteria are harmless if accidentally consumed. However, for our OCD-diagnosed germaphobes, this can be a daunting prospect.
I mean, that's like poo. Contaminated money.
Just to sort of prove that I'm like, I've got to be right with all this germ thing. Let's swap the money.
Okay.
To find out how dirty things are, they use a device designed to check hospital sanitation levels.
I think, like, if it comes back with a high reading, thinking I might have to just, like, get a whole new purse.
A reading of 500 or under is considered clean enough for food preparation.
Oh my God, what if it comes up and it's like off the scale? 292.
Oh, that's okay.
That's amazing.
That's not too bad. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. I'm not allowed to bin my purse now. That's okay.
In the last 10 years, cash purchases have dropped from over 70% to just over 50%. But are modern payment methods any cleaner?
I think I'm more bothered by like the whole chip and pin thing. They hand it over to you and you're like, I've got to hold this now. And someone before has probably touched it and had feces on their hands, and now I'm going to have it all on my hands.
Imagine how much it gets touched.
Yeah. What is it? Is it? Whoa!
This high reading of 999 reflects a recent survey that chip and pin machines have double the level of bacteria than cash points.
When it came up that high, I could have vomited there and then. His stomach was on hinges. It's not just an OCD thing, it's there. It confirms
it really
what we
is
knew.
there. Yeah, there are things alive on those buttons. There are growing, living, breathing things there, and you're touching that, it's on your skin.
Yeah.
Money worries over, they're about to put their best foot forward into the shops.
Is it bad?
It's terrible.
It's well over 500.
In Blackpool, obsessive cleaner Lindsay wants to bring order to Faith and Scott's house. She must first sort through his 4 years worth of scrap, clutter and potential inventions, which have put pressure on their relationship.
My plan of action is, later on today, when the rooms are actually clear, a good hoover and a good wash down of the skirtings and wash down of the walls. I want it ready for me to come in and blitz. Right, we're going to start with this corner then, Scott.
Yes.
What's this?
That is actually the chest of drawers for the bedroom.
Do you need the extra chest of drawers?
I don't think we need that stuff.
It's brand new. I haven't even put it together yet.
I am really hoping that 80% of this stuff actually goes today.
That's the bit for the bike, and that's the laptop fan, but all the rest is junk.
So you're going to keep that bin, or do you want to get rid of the bin?
Well, as I got it last week, keep it. What's the point in getting anything if you can't keep it for 5 seconds?
So we're not getting rid of that much stuff, are we, Scott? We're moving it from this room and we're seeming to be moving it into another room or into the hallway.
Into the place it's supposed to be, which is the whole plan.
But then we're going to then fill up another room.
No, it's just going to go where it needs to be.
Every item I pick up is instantly got an answer. And that's for that, that's for that, that's for that. I've got to break this one down. I've got to make him realise that you can't do that.
Heat packs. I'm looking for them for quite some time. I get frustrated by I'm trying to get something done and they're just grabbing and throwing it. It's just like, well, there's Darth Maul.
Hoarders often feel intense anxiety about discarding their belongings, and Scott is no exception.
He's checking what I'm throwing away.
What else have they done?
What are you doing now?
I'm putting this in between the screens so they don't get smashed.
Right, OK. Can't we not save those jobs for later once we've got this room clear so we've got room to do this?
This is wasting massive amounts of time.
And I think we just need to really start getting rid of some stuff now.
Excuse me. I'm getting sick of this.
This is your house too, this is your marriage and this is your home that you need to grow in and potentially have a family, and we need to move forward. I think we're both pissed off enough now just to do it.
No, don't touch it. No. That is it now. That is it.
What?
It's going.
No.
Yes, it is.
I'm leaving you to discuss that one.
Going.
Baby.
You're not trying anything else!
Yes, look at the skip. It's half full.
Why freaking bother? I have absolutely no control, no power in this whatsoever.
Lindsay's determined to get Scott to agree to start parting with some of his clutter.
You pass us to what's to be skipped, and let's get it skipped. Let's create some more room. And we really need to speed this up now.
I mean, that's to go in the room upstairs. This is to go in the TV unit. That is. Lindsay didn't have grasp of how intense this is. This is a lot of hard work. I mean, I'm going at breakneck speed.
He's so slow. He won't chuck nothing away, so it's really, really frustrating, and everything's gone to pot. I want things done, and I haven't got much time left, so I am on panic stations.
In order to meet the 4-day deadline, Lindsay's called in 2 removal men to help shift some of the 64 tonnes of clutter in Scott's house.
That's a Ryobi battery charger for these. That's to go in the car up there. I may as well put it in there.
I can't do this if he's not going to stand here and actually do it with me. If he's not here, I'm just going to dump it. I'm sorry. I'm getting angry myself now.
You know, if you're going to get angry, go.
I am getting angry because you're not actually cooperating with me.
I am trying to cooperate.
You're just walking off like some sort of bloody arsehole. I'm here to help you and I'm not putting up with it. We need to speed up.
I'm not playing this.
Right, well, why don't you just go and leave us to it? If you hadn't have got yourself in this mess in the first place, you wouldn't be putting your wife through this.
That was unheard of.
What?
Go home.
I'm here to help you. I feel like a muppet.
In Dunstable, Deborah has agreed for the goats to be sent to temporary accommodation, returning once the garden has been made secure. Jade can now finally begin to tackle the 7 years' worth of mess.
Just poo everywhere.
and this is part of the house. But it's surprising the amount of dirt that's still on the floor, even though you've gone over it several times. Ugh. Ugh. This is something I would never, ever normally touch, but I really want to help Debbie. Definitely going to wash my hands now. I'd love to use a fairy liquid, but I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get it because I don't want to touch the bottle. So I'm going to have to... Oh. There. Oh, that's better. Relief. That makes me feel so much better.
OCD-diagnosed Jade uses sandwich bags on her hands when she cleans at home, but now she's tackling Deborah's urine-stained floor with her bare hands.
I'm struggling now because as I've started washing the floor, I can smell the urine coming up. It's hitting me in the nose, and I don't believe that any amount of washes is going to take that away.
Jade, we're nearly finished now. You're getting there. You've done fantastically well. You've done so well. We've nearly done it now. I mean, you're doing a fantastic job here. You're doing so well.
It's just so dirty and it's on me, it's everywhere. It's all, I've never ever held anything that dirty, never had to clean anything that dirty before.
It's only temporary, and you get a nice hot bubble bath later on. It's been a massive thing for her, and she's done extremely well. Going back to a sterile home, I think it will make her think a lot more than she realises about what she's actually doing. Her house doesn't need going over all the time, and I think it may make her think about it.
OCD-diagnosed Hayley, accompanied by fellow sufferers Leslie, Tuesday and Denise, are confronting one of their biggest fears by hitting the shops.
Me personally, I wouldn't buy anything that's been on display.
Hayley owns over 70 pairs of shoes, but only ever shops online. Today, she's pushing her boundaries by visiting an actual shoe shop.
I just think, like, what if you get, like, athlete's foot or verrucas off other people, or, like, bunions?
Athlete's foot is the most common fungal skin infection, affecting an estimated 70% of adults.
Somebody's had that shoe on before you, Shug.
I know, and it was well dirty.
Well, then you hold it and I'll give it a swab.
This machine is looking for forms of bacteria. A reading of 500 or under is considered clean enough for food preparation.
What is it? Oh no, don't.
You don't want to know.
Don't tell me, please don't tell me. What is it? I don't want to know. Is it bad?
It's terrible. It's well over 500.
I think it's bad in the sense that before you've even bought a shoe and got it back to your house, it's got that amount of germs on it.
Have you put your shoe back on your own shoe with that sock you've had in that
Yeah.
Oh, cross-contamination.
I've wasted a perfectly good boot. That shoe boot's going to have to go in the bin now.
Right, I think swab it to see if it's low then, and then you won't have to throw your shoes away.
Hopefully, her own shoe will do better than the unsanitary reading of 839.
That is 1,000,000% wrong.
Oh my God, that's so bad.
What the hell have you trodden?
I don't know. That is definitely wrong. I want to recount. 1,000,000% I want to recount.
I can't believe that.
I reckon we should swab your lot's shoes now, just for fairness. Because I feel like some sort of skank now.
Swab with that.
Okay, thank you.
Happy? What is it?
405. Yes. Are you nervous, Tuesday? It's 1,070.
No, is it? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. See, so it
And
just
she
shows.
is so
She
clean.
is so,
She is
she's
like,
worse than
I
us for
know.
germs.
He's going in the bin.
Yeah.
You've only just had him.
I don't piss
You haven't had him a week.
I don't care. All these millions of thousands of whatever is on us, and we're walking in on our floors. Oh my God, the house needs to be clean so bad. Dirty.
I know. So.
So dirty.
No. Do you want to go? Do you want to go on? Do you want to do? Let's go wash them. I understood her reaction. I knew exactly what she was thinking. But for some outsider to see, they would think, that's a bit over top, you know. It's only a dirty shoe, a bit of germs, it won't kill you. But in her mind, it will kill you.
I just want to go home now and steam and bleach the floors and just thoroughly clean everything.
But for germaphobe Hayley, the experience has helped overcome her fears.
With regards to my OCD, it's quite nice because I think I'll go home tonight and think, oh, well, I've done that and I've touched that and I'm not sick and I'm not going to throw my boots in the bin.
Lindsay's returned after her run-in with Scott and is determined to finish the clean and needs him fully on board.
Hiya. I'm really sorry, I was like a bit of a madam outside. There was no need for it and my behaviour was disgusting, so please accept my apology. And I don't want to fall out with either of you. You know, you're both nice people and I think, you know, hopefully we can try and recover this. Thank you. I think it was
I
just...
shouldn't have reacted.
So shall we get cracking?
We shall.
Yes.
Do we need this? Do we need this?
That can go.
I know he's finding it hard, bless him, but...
I know, and I feel a bit shit for doing this to him. And I'm like, wow, I've got stuff to work with now.
With the rift healed, finally Lindsay can get to work and do what she does best.
I'm on hypo mode now. I'm really happy. Today's all about me and about showing how brilliant I am. I'm so happy.
At home, Lindsay polishes her windows every single day.
Should we do one pane each and then meet in the middle and get really stuck in?
Yep.
This is just normal water we've got here. I'm going to put a bit of all-purpose cleaner in here. Right, this is one of my best friends. Bicarbonate of soda. Really good, and it should give it a bit of a fizz too. So we can stick a bit of this in. This is a Lindsay potion.
Oh, yes.
She's absolutely in her element.
Let's have a look.
Look at that. That is terrible. Right.
They shall be clean enough for you to actually eat your dinner off. That's the idea. Tomorrow, your arm should be in pain.
I'm actually in pain now.
Good. That's because you are working. And you're working hard. Your heart rate should be really beating. Right, let's see if they're still dirty, shall we? This is the test.
Oh, yes.
Right, let's do it twice.
Lindsay's a perfectionist in a very extreme case.
That's better, isn't it? It's not as much now. So we're on round number 2 now.
Watching Lindsay do her work is like watching someone enjoying their favourite hobby.
Wow, we are clean. There's no dirt, and I am happy.
Oh.
Hello, how are you? You all right?
In Dunstable, Jade has returned after several days away from Deborah's house, allowing time for new fences and stables to be built for the goats. And Jade has also seen some changes in herself.
I feel a bit braver coming in today because I know what I was going to face because obviously I've been here before. So I kind of felt a bit better.
You just seem so much more confident.
I find myself not cleaning for long amounts of time now.
Brilliant. That's really good.
Yeah. I kind of went back and sort of told myself that if it's not done my way, then it's not the end of the world.
I didn't realise how much stress I'd made for myself having the animals in the house. Just crazy.
Yeah, you clean it up, they come and mess it up. You clean it up and it's just like that.
And you just end up losing the will to live.
The kitchen that used to be a playground for the goats is the only room downstairs left to clean.
God.
Pretty bad.
That's filthy.
It is disgusting. Because the goats would go in the cupboard because they knew how to open the doors, they'd like pull the sugar out, pull the coffee out, they would eat the pasta.
On your worktop, I dread to think what is actually in that.
Monsters.
Could even be goat's droppings.
Well, you never would have done that a few weeks ago, would you?
No.
Had goat's droppings in your hands.
It's made me realise that there's obviously more to life than cleaning. I think just by the amount of time it's taken in your house to clean makes me realise that I probably spend the same amount of time in my house cleaning but I don't get the end result because it's already there. So I'm kind of kidding myself, really. I'm beating myself up about it. Let's do a face check in the hood. Get in there. Oh, yeah, baby. I can see my face.
I think she's doing really, really well. She's no gloves, which is great, and she's really getting on with it. She's not actually concentrating so much on doing one area. She's actually just getting through it and knowing that we've got a job to do and it needs to be done.
That is a squeaky clean, that is.
In Blackpool, Faith and Scott have filled an entire skip with scrap metal and computer parts from Scott's unfinished projects. It's the end of 4 days of cleaning, and Lindsay, Scott and Faith can finally admire their handiwork. Due to a lack of time, only 2 rooms have been completed. Previously, Scott and Faith's living room was disguised under a mountain of 4 years' worth of unfinished inventions. Now there's plenty of space to sit down and entertain guests.
It's great, isn't it?
It's amazing.
You can really see how much space you've actually got now.
It's fantastic.
Are you feeling more happy now?
Yeah, I'm so ecstatic I could actually burst.
Woo!
At the moment, yeah. I just didn't think we'd get to this point, but we have, and, well, thank you.
Yeah, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you.
No problem.
Upstairs, the couple's bedroom was used as a makeshift kitchen and dumping ground for Scott's hoard. It's now a tranquil space perfect for relaxing.
So this is your bedroom.
Oh, this is brilliant.
Another fresh room.
It's a proper bedroom.
Yeah.
This is the start of a major turnaround.
Good.
Every single room is going to be like this.
I've got complete faith in you. You can actually go ahead and do this, can't you?
Definitely.
Such a massive change in such a short time. It's just like, yeah.
See you later, bye.
Bye now. It's brought us back together again.
I have actually realised that the way I am is just perfect, so why should I change? I just can't wait to go home and clean my own house.
In Dunstable, the goats have returned and new fencing and state-of-the-art housing for them has been installed. Jade and Deborah are giving the house a final brush, bleach and polish. One of only a select few visitors allowed into Deborah's home is her friend Rosemary. She's come to see what Jade has helped her achieve over the last few days. Previously, the goats had the run of the kitchen, leaving dirt and droppings everywhere. It hadn't had a proper clean in over 7 years. Now it's a clean and hygienic space to cook in.
Look at this, wow. It looks like a new kitchen, Debbie. Never seen it so shiny.
I know.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's lovely. I'll even have a cup of tea now.
Thanks.
Deborah's living room resembled a farmyard, with the floor stained by 6 years of goat urine. After a thorough clean, clear out, new furnishings and floor, it's now a tranquil place for her to relax in.
I love the sofa. Debbie, it's absolutely gorgeous.
I know, unbelievable, isn't it?
Brilliant.
Yeah, what a difference.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, it's lovely. You lucky girl. It's a place that you want to come in, sit down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Previously, Deborah's conservatory was used as a barn, with straw covering the entire floor. Now reclaimed, it's turned into a welcoming space, ideal for entertaining and enjoying the garden.
We can sit here and watch the goats from a distance.
In the summer, with the windows open, the doors open.
It's lovely. You just want to, you just want to be here. Yeah, it's lovely.
Homely.
Very, very homely.
Yeah.
Done a good job, really good job.
Yeah.
Got to keep it like this now.
Oh, definitely. It's nice to have them.
I'll come round and make sure, because I've now seen it.
Good.
I've now seen it, what it can be, how you can live.
Yeah.
And as for the goats, they are now permanently banished from the house and installed in their new luxury 5-star accommodation in the garden.
So this is their new Wendy house.
Here, Oscar, up. Here.
Oh, that's lovely. Oh, it's so cute.
Well, I'm happy now they've got their home.
Good thing as well is that they're safe in there, completely safe. They're warm, they're dry, and you haven't got anything to worry about. You know that they're going to be okay.
Yep. Yeah, I'm happy with that, definitely. I'm going to really miss you, Jade.
I'm going to miss you too. It's been so nice to meet you, and just keep up the good work. You've done really
We're definitely keep in contact, hey?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. Well done.
Such a dramatic transformation, really, of sort of what's happened. It's brilliant. I think she's going to become a very good friend. I'm proud of you as well. You've done great with the animals.
Take care. See you soon.
Yeah,
Bye.
take care. Bye-bye.
It's done me the world of good to spend a few days with Debbie because I've seen things from another point of view. I've realised that my cleaning is completely obsessive and there's no need for it. So it's definitely something that I'm going to take home and do something about because it's just a completely pointless exercise.
A quarter of adults in Britain are so obsessed with cleaning and tidying that they spend over 4 years of their waking lives on household chores, with many feeling compelled to abide by strict regimes and rituals.
I probably wash the surfaces down probably about 10, 15 times a day.
In the cupboard, I like to have things really organised. I have everything facing forward.
And then you go through sort of pale pinks, darkers, not knowing where anything is, doesn't compute in my mind.
But for most of us, keeping our homes clean and tidy is not a priority, with the average fridge almost 5 times dirtier than a loo. And only a third of us washing our hands after we use the toilet.
Oh! Literally, a part of me has just died inside.
It's just horrendous.
Can a group of obsessive cleaners transform the habits of a nation?
Can't even get the door open, can you?
You got dog feces. This is the stuff I'm having to deal with.
I think I'll knock with my feet.
Or will changing the lives of those with a very different attitude to cleanliness prove too much for people whose need for perfection?
Oh, it's a 4-bedroom dog kennel.
Where do you start? Where do you bloody start, Sonia?
Has become an obsession.
They're all over the work surface and just something that I couldn't deal with.
You're just walking off like some sort of...
Clive needs to put his hand down his pants, find his balls and make a decision.
I strive for perfection in everything I do. It's crazy, the amount of cleaning I do.
32-year-old healthcare practitioner Ben was diagnosed with OCD a year ago.
I've done the cushions 5 times this morning. They're not how I like them. I don't know how I like them. That's the thing. I can scrub and scrub and scrub the hob so much that I can take the coating off the buttons. I've spent more money on cleaning products than I have on food. And there you are. It's a clean fridge, but not much in there.
On top of his full-time job, Ben spends up to 5 hours a day cleaning every room in his 3-bed bungalow, which is optimised for his routine.
I have blinds because they're neat and they're lined and they're orderly. It can take me up to an hour just to do what I'm doing now.
Keeping his bed linen crease-free is a particular source of anxiety.
Cushions move on their own, you know. I can go out, come back in the room, and that one will have moved. I don't even know why I'm making it. I haven't been sleeping in it. It's a perfectly good bed, but I sleep over there. This material doesn't show any creases. Oh, I can't cope with creasing, but it's a lot better in there. But I have to do with that at the minute.
Despite having 2 kids, divorcee Ben has never had them stay over.
This is the children's bedroom. Embarrassingly, though, they've not used it. I can't cope with normal children's mess and untidiness.
Ben's dad, Dave, is concerned that his cleaning rituals are taking over his life.
After a shift at 11 o'clock at night, he'll have a drink at my house and then he'll go home to, I'm going home to do some cleaning. And he's shattered already, so I'm very worried about that. I think This will help him to manage his OCD.
Ben will be using his obsessive cleaning expertise to come to the aid of someone in need of order.
I love helping people. If I can give somebody a much-needed kick up the bum to clean and get some sort of order in their life, I would feel pleased that I've been able to help. I'm not going anywhere without these. I know I'm excessive, but maybe the person I'm going to see might bring a few more home truths my way.
With only one London visit to his name, Ben rarely leaves Scunthorpe, and so is going well beyond his comfort zone.
This is my extra large bottle of rescue remedy. It says 4 drops, but I find a full one. Maybe 2. That's nice.
Ben will be taking his obsessive cleaning habits to this second-floor flat in Guildford, Surrey, to someone with a completely different set of standards.
Hello.
Hi.
Hiya, I'm Ben.
I'm Jerry.
Hello,
Good
Jerry.
to meet you.
53-year-old grandmother and creative crafter Jerry lives alone. She's not short of company. As an upholsterer, she fills every space with fabrics, crockery and furniture, all awaiting her artistic attention.
A lot of things are started but not finished projects. For instance, I was doing a project on teapots, so I was making tea cosies. It's got nice button eyes. It's just one of those teapots that's got a brilliant nose. There's just an overwhelm with how many ideas I have and how little actually gets to completion.
Simple daily tasks like preparing food are made more difficult by mountains of clutter.
I'm not doing a lot of cooking at the moment, so which is probably why the cooker's not been done. I hate cleaning. There's no joy in cleaning at all. What I'd rather be doing is creating, making things.
And in pursuit of that creativity, she spent 3 years building up a hoard of materials for around 25 unfinished craft projects.
Well, I've run out of space in the rest of the flat, so I'm left with either doing things on the stair or doing things on the toilet. I got involved with a project that I ended up bringing all the stuff back into the house, which was the beginning of this really dire state it's in now.
With a master's degree in human ecology, recycling unwanted objects is the key to Jerry's craft pursuits. But she's now amassed so much source material, it's encroaching on her living space.
Every morning I get up with intention to do stuff, and then it just overwhelms me.
It's her social and family life which is suffering most from the state of her home.
I haven't had anyone stay in here for, I just think, a couple of years probably. It's just become another junk room. I would really love my granddaughter to be able to stay here, but at the moment there's nowhere for her that feels like a space that she could be comfortable. I feel like it's impacting my relationship with her quite a lot. I'm not happy with how I'm living, and I'm not happy with the state of the flat.
With all the rooms now full to bursting point and feeling overwhelmed, Jerry knows she needs help.
Would you like to see the flat?
Yes, please.
Okay,
That'd be lovely.
let's start here.
Okay. It's a fire hazard in here.
Right, I hadn't thought about fire hazard.
I mean, if this went up, this would go up big time. These are clothes, aren't they?
They're craft materials. Because they're natural fibres, particularly wool, attracts moths. So when we get to clearing this, yeah, that may actually press all your buttons.
It's making me itch. I'm fibres, dust. Oh dear.
Kill the moths! Kill the moths! This is my main room.
Okay.
As you can see, it's very cluttered.
You've got some things, haven't you?
Yeah.
We've got a bit of space on the hob. How often do you wipe it?
I haven't done it for about 3-4 weeks.
It does make me anxious. Is that your dining table?
It used to be my dining table. I haven't used it as a dining table for quite some time. The next room. This is a room that I'd really love my granddaughter to be able to stay in. Right. And at the moment I can't invite her, she's 11. And this could be a room that she could feel quite comfortable in. But it isn't at the moment.
No. One of my spare rooms has 2 single beds in, and that's for my 2 children to come and stay. I don't bring them in for fear of them making a mess, and you don't bring them in for fear of them seeing your mess.
Yeah. The hob hasn't been cleaned for weeks. Why? Oh my goodness. Oh, the panic, the clack. My hands have never been as clammy.
Now he's seen the scale of the task, OCD diagnosed Ben is keen to get started, but Jerry wants to know more about him and his condition.
In terms of how your OCD affects your life,
Yeah.
what are the biggest impacts?
And I won't even lean up against the settee. I would keep things perfect, you know, plumped, and...
So you plump, how often do you plump your cushions?
Every time I go in the room, that can take up to an hour.
An hour?
Yeah.
Just sorting
Just
the cushions
sorting 8 cushions out. I have in the past used my bed,
Yep.
but at the minute I can't cope with creasing the sheets. So I sleep either on the carpet or on a small makeshift bed on the floor. I change my sheets every couple of days, even though I've not actually used them. But
So you change them just because they're dusty? You know there's no dirt on there?
and there's definitely no dirt. There's got to be no dirt, no dead skin cells or anything like that.
Right,
but
you still
they
wash them?
still have to be washed.
I don't feel the need to change my sheets as often. It can be weeks. Yeah.
The rug is hoovered
Right.
multiple times a day. It's also steam cleaned as well. Once I've hoovered, I then go through a process of having like a flash super mop. I'll do that 2 or 3, 4, 5 times a day.
A day?
How often do you clean your wooden floors?
They might get a sweep around.
I just think you would like them if they were cleaner.
To some degree, yeah, but it's the effort.
It's just chaotic. There's no order. It's just a tip. You know, and I don't mean that in any cruel way, but it just looks like what you would see in a skip. I would throw everything away in there.
If he suggests something to get rid of and I don't want to get rid of it, I don't feel that I'm compelled to do so. I'm quite a strong character, so what we get rid of will be what I want to get rid of and nothing else.
1 in 20 adults go over a month without cleaning their toilet. But in Britain, there is a group of individuals so obsessed with cleaning their homes that they want to pass their expertise on. 25-year-old Sarah Greening lives in Bedfordshire with her partner and 2 young children. As stay-at-home mum, Sarah spends over 40 hours a week cleaning.
I try to make my house germ-free and sterile and clean and safe. I would clean this bit of wood probably twice a day, sometimes more. As you can see here, take some of the paint off, so I do have to repaint it quite often.
She spends £1,500 every year on cleaning products, all contributing towards her round-the-clock routine.
I like to clean the bathroom twice a day, early in the morning and just before I go to bed.
Her obsession with a germ-free house means even daily necessities have become difficult.
When I say to my partner and he goes to the toilet and I'm like, oh, do you have to? He will kind of be like, oh, I need a poo before work. And I'm like, can you not go and do it at the customer's house, or can you not go and do it at your dad's house? I'm always like an anxious person. I always overthink things. And then when I had my son, it was always like the midwife, you can't do this, you can't put the bottles in the fridge, you've got to make sure you sterilise the bottles. And I just kind of become overprotective with obviously cleaning and making sure everything was clean so he didn't become ill as a child. And it's just kind of followed on from there. If I feel like cleaning, no matter who's in the house, I'll just go and start doing it. I'm just going to hoover the crumbs up. Sarah, there's something under your foot. No, actually on your foot. I like to hoover around the toaster once I've cooked some toast. I like to hoover inside so it gets rid of all the crumbs. I also hoover my decking outside in the garden.
Who hoovers their decking?
Yeah, but when you sweep it, it doesn't get right inside the cracks.
That's no way near normal. You need to kind of break this obsessive cycle, because it's starting to overtake your life more.
Yeah.
Sarah's heading off to Coventry to confront her fears of chaos and disorder, as she helps bring order to someone else's home.
I've stopped the effort to try and keep it tidy because it just got too much.
Brothers Mick, 25, and Andy, 23, have lived in this house their whole life.
I have childhood memories of it being quite a nice and clean house all those years ago. 180!
The boys have become strangers to any kind of cleaning routine, turning the 3-bed semi into an unruly dump. This is of major concern to the house owner, Jeanette, their mum.
They've obviously been playing darts and then not bothered with the dartboard. Have you seen the bathroom? I wouldn't even want to have a shower in here. This is actually worse than the last time I came.
Jeanette moved out of the house to live with her partner Andy 2 years ago, entrusting the boys to look after her home.
When it was the whole family, the house used to be tidy, and then after my mother left, it just kind of kaboomed.
This isn't normal, is it? It's not normal.
To us, it's just like your mum nagging at you, and we kind of just brush it off a bit. Which is probably why we haven't listened to her and actually tidied up the place.
If you were living anywhere else, you would have been kicked out a long time ago. But how do you kick your own kids out onto the street? You can't do it, and I couldn't do it, and I'm going to get upset now, and I don't want to.
Oh, Mummy.
Can I just go a minute? Because I really, genuinely, I've got upset a bit now.
I think we've just kind of took advantage of how fortunate we were a bit too much, to the point where it's now got like this, and now it's a bit too far. I feel we really want to be part of this process more for our mum's benefit. I think we have took advantage too much, and it really needs to be done.
They don't care. They need a bomb put underneath them. Pair of them.
Over the next 4 days, Sarah will be attempting to use her strict cleaning regime to restore the brothers' home back to its original self.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Do you want to come on in?
Yeah.
Well, this is our living room. You okay?
Yeah, I don't know if I want to come in.
Come in.
It is just really, really minging. There's rubbish everywhere. Is this just all rubbish?
Not all of it's rubbish. I think one bag's got some crisps in it. But that's a rubbish bag. they're only a couple of days old.
Look at that dust. What is all this?
That's dog fur. The hound is in the middle of molting, so it's kind of bad at the moment.
I'm really, really shocked. I'm really shocked that someone would live like this.
Do you not know like anyone at all? Like
No,
your friends,
no,
anyone?
No, never. I don't know anyone that lives like this. This is really bad.
This is our kitchen. Well, what is meant to be a kitchen.
When was the last time you washed up?
Kind of a wash as you need attitude as it goes.
Oh my God, look at the bin. Do you cook in there? Please do not tell me you put stuff in there and eat it.
My dinner went in there yesterday.
No way. Can you close it, please? Obviously, I was expecting it to be dirty, but no, not on this scale. Like, I didn't expect it to smell. I didn't expect it to see piles and piles of dirty dishes and dog hair everywhere.
So come up. This is the bathroom.
If the smell, it is really, really strong as soon as you walk in. Can you not smell that smell when you walk in?
No, we don't actually notice the smell ourselves.
I don't know how I'm going to do this toilet. I really don't. It's probably the worst toilet I've ever seen in my life. When was the last time you cleaned in here?
In here? I can't think when the last time I properly cleaned in here was.
It's completely full of your germs. Completely, just everywhere. You haven't cleaned it in such a long time. I feel really sick. I feel really sweaty. I really don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. It's a lot worse than I thought it would be. You would not find a speck of hair on my floor.
Do you work at all?
No, I have 2 children.
So do you spend like all day just...
Yes, the majority of my day is cleaning.
Are you like up with like the sun and
I
crack
get
a
up
dawn?
at 6.
Well into the double digits before I tend to wake up.
I don't tend to go to bed till just before 6.
I am quite shocked that someone would live like this. It's quite disgusting, really.
She's the first person who's actually made me feel embarrassed about the house. When our mum's told us that we need to tidy up more, we just ignore the comments. But now, like, because everything's under the microscope, and for her, it's just like torturing.
1 in 50 people in Britain are diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder. For some of these, this can manifest itself in an obsessive fear of germs and a compulsion to clean.
The reason why I use a toothbrush is because it gets into all those little corners.
For them, the outside world can be a terrifying place.
We're standing in poo.
Mum of 3, Hayley from Sussex, was diagnosed with OCD in 2007. She can spend up to 19 hours a day keeping her home sterile.
OCD, it's like a doubting illness. You doubt what germs are there, you're constantly thinking about the cleanliness of things. I've always been told to push my boundaries, and it'd be nice as well for me to help other people suffering with it.
Hello.
Hi.
Hayley is joining forces with fellow obsessive compulsive cleaners to find out if there really is so much to fear.
No. Terrible. Your bum is cleaner than your hands.
Joining Hayley this week are fellow OCD diagnosed mother and daughter Leslie and Tuesday,
If there's a circle, I've got to start all over again with the bleach.
along with gym owner Vinny, whose obsessive rituals also stretch to his grooming.
I hate any form of hair. I shave my armpits, I do my man bits. Not hygienic as far as I'm concerned.
The average person comes into contact with millions of harmless bacteria every day. But for germaphobes with a fear of contamination, all bacteria is terrifying. Today, they will be putting their fears to the test by eating out.
I haven't been in a restaurant for more than 15 years.
First stop, a coffee shop.
For me, eating restaurants is a problem because there's a whole ritual there of cleaning the seat, sussing everything out on the table if it's clean, sticky.
See, I always order a paper cup for like when I go to like coffee shops because I'm just like, I don't like the thought of someone else's mouth and fungus around their lips.
I really don't want to touch the table.
Yeah.
You know, it's everything. I mean, everything you touch has germs on it. It's thought of putting those germs inside my body, inside my mouth. I really don't want to be sitting here right now.
Oh, are you really uncomfortable?
It was really bad.
In our OCD minds, it's more contamination,
extreme.
more extreme the contamination is, isn't it? You know, the more anxious we are.
So I think like now is a good moment for me to get the swabbing device out.
To check the level of cleanliness, they'll use a device designed to check hospital sanitation levels.
Absolutely not.
5,000. 5,000 is a massive, massive number.
Even though the reading is over 5,000 for the average healthy person, it's unlikely to cause any harm.
I tell you what, who would hang their washing out? That is absolutely disgusting.
It never happened, not near the road, pollution.
Car fumes.
Bird tree, bird
Oh, that's just unreal, that.
Yeah.
Next stop, a takeaway, which is of particular concern for Vinny.
This is really testing for me. If I eat out, it's got to be in a Michelin star, because cleanliness in a Michelin star, far more comfortable for me to go out and eat than go to a 3-star restaurant. Hi, darling. Could I have a bacon and a cup? If you could put the change on the counter for me, I'd appreciate it, please.
With the average UK banknote being as dirty as a loo seat, Vinny's not taking any chances.
Why can't she put that money in your hand rather than on there?
For me, it's the physical touching,
Okay.
and I don't want to do that.
Are you going to use tomato sauce?
Well,
Because that looks nice and crusty around the top.
Will it make you feel more comfortable if we swab it first?
Absolutely. I'm thinking this is going to be high.
I reckon.
Off the scale,
I reckon
yeah.
it's going to be high.
Very, very high. Whoa!
We can't see it.
You see what I said? See what I said?
A reading of 1048 is well above the 500 mark that's acceptable for food preparation.
Even though the food might be okay, makes me feel very, very uncomfortable, so I'd like to cancel the sandwich.
Yet to eat, they forge ahead to see if the next place will satisfy their appetite.
No! Oh my God.
That is high.
And I've just drank that pigging coffee.
In Guildford, order-obsessed Ben has just 4 days to take on the 3 rooms, which are filled with several years' worth of clutter and unfinished craft projects which have overwhelmed Jerry's flat. He needs to create some space before he can begin cleaning.
Do you have a medicine cabinet? I don't know. Just an old...
An envelope?
So that
Something
can go in the
written on it? Well, it depends what's written on it. I need to keep this because it's got a list of what I spent on furniture.
Mentioned about this basket.
Yeah, I bought this at Christmas and I was going to actually use it for a present, but I might use it myself. That's a knitting needle, and we will try and find its partner. And all the knitting is down there.
Okay.
It's just we haven't got anything to put things in, so that's what's slightly frustrating me.
Count to 10. It's just an odd one. What can you do with one? It just needed throwing, but we've kept it. And I've been weak and I've said okay. But that look she had in her eye while she had that knitting needle, I wasn't going to say we're throwing that.
Because of my ecological values, I'm used to that difference in values between myself and someone else. Someone else just sees rubbish, I see something that might have a second use.
Environmentalist Jerry has spent years rescuing objects and materials for upcycling projects. Most live in the main bedroom, although they may not be the only inhabitants.
This was a coat and it's wool, so, you know, the moths have already taken to it.
Just makes me feel a bit...
Yeah. Oh, I think that's a moth. Yeah, it is.
Oh, it's moving. So
that's
That's the one that's been eating your coat.
Yeah.
I'm just sensing it walking on me.
It's actually quite beautiful. It's a piece of wildlife. Let it out the window.
They just make me itch. It's just... you don't want them in your clothes, do you? Oh, dear me, no. She doesn't seem that overly fussed, really. Which surprises me.
No, they've got...
With even moth-eaten clothes being saved for recycling, progress is slow. Ben will have to wade further through the clutter in Jerry's bedroom, deciding which items to keep and what can go.
Something that was stuck to me. It's got body hair. Just on my pocket.
Ben still has this idea of minimal, so he's just seeing individual rooms to get rid of everything in that room, leaving the minimum there. So there's still a little bit of adjustment going on in terms of his understanding what my idea of where things are going. Sheer volume of stuff to do is just getting to me. I'm really aware of the things I keep and why I keep them. I would like to sell loads of my books, and it seems daft to then go out and buy packaging when I've got loads of them. If I get rid of these and then in 3 months' time I want to sell a book and I've got to go out to the post office and buy more, I'd be really pissed off. I just hate the packaging thing. Everything comes with packaging. Like, we live in a packaging world. I so want to live my values. I don't want to talk one thing and do another. The thing I'm more tough on myself is this rescuing the things out there. It's like, I know no one else will love it. I know someone else put in the tips, so I will bring it into my house and I will turn it into something somebody else wants. I can't do that for the whole world. I can't do that for everything that somebody is going to throw out.
Can you not let one item come in, restore it, let it go, bring another in, do your bit, let it go? Because at the minute, all I'm seeing is you're bringing everything in and they're just building up and building up. You're just cluttering up so much.
I think there is a case for me getting the flat clear so that I can then have a discipline and do it properly. I think I need to take a little break and maybe have a little walk, if that's all right with you.
With Jerry out of the way, Ben is free to tackle the room at his own pace.
We've not got as far as I wanted, and actually I don't think we've got as far as Jerry wanted. Jerry loves her bags. She's got so many. Why? What use is this? I've got bags of bags. So I'll just bag the bags. Small bags. Hundreds.
In Coventry, cleaning obsessive and mum of two Sarah will be taking on the 3 rooms in brothers Mick and Andy's house. She will start with the living room, which hasn't been touched since their mum moved out 2 years ago.
Do you want this?
Yes.
If you want to keep them, you're going to look after the things that you are deciding to keep.
Yes.
I'm going to keep my close eye on both of them today, and if I see any slacking, then I'm going to get quite firm with them. They need to be as much involved as I am, because it's their mess. That needs to go in the washing machine. That whole cabinet I want sorted so it's completely bare, because we can save that if it's nice and clean. So completely bare that cabinet.
Me and Andy have been marked as the worst children of all time.
Leaving the boys to clean the living room, Sarah is using one of her fail-proof cleaning methods for the bathroom.
I'm going to pour some Coke down the toilet. Get rid of the stains right down the bottom.
The Coke contains citric acid, which strips the toilet of limescale. At home, Sarah goes through 5 bottles a week for her toilet and likes it used as little as possible.
I need a wee.
Do you really need a wee?
I generally, to the point where I'm hurting.
Can you not go right at the back of the garden?
Or do I have to?
I would like you to, yeah.
But people can see me in the garden. This is really weird.
The average person comes into contact with millions of germs every day. For most people, this isn't an issue, but for some people with OCD, it can be a challenge. Today, germophobic Vinny and OCD-diagnosed Leslie, Tuesday and Hayley are confronting one of their biggest fears by eating out, something they rarely do.
I just have to put this down, guys, because I can't wipe it, so I'll just have to sit on this.
Even though the vast majority of UK restaurants meet basic hygiene standards, it's advisable to check the food hygiene ratings on display.
Biggest issue for me now is the salt and pepper. People are putting their fingers in there, and then we don't know whether they've cleaned their hands or nothing.
My thing is like menus, because I just think, like, what if they've taken it into the toilet to read it while they're waiting? They might have. It's true. I don't like eating in restaurants. I just don't know, like, whether they're spitting in my food, and the next day I've got salmonella or something, so that's why I just don't.
I'm not having anything to eat because I can't see the kitchen. I'm going to have a cup of coffee and I'm just going to clean this. Oh, Lucy.
I am absolutely not eating here now. I don't even think you want to drink.
I think we should get the swab out and see.
Right. Whoa!
A reading of 500 or under is considered clean enough for food preparation.
It's come up with a reading of 3. I'm well pleased. I can do this. Oh my goodness, look.
Thank you. That's lovely. Thank you very much.
Lovely. Would you like a piece of bread to mop that up with cheese?
I was just going to say that. I'm going to try and swab the plate.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No! Oh my God.
That is high.
And I've just drank that pigging coffee.
There's something telling me in my head, what if it's feces on there, what if it's... And I just don't know, so I just think I don't want to push myself too far.
For the average healthy person, a reading of 987 is unlikely to cause any health issues.
Well, for me, we came here to push the boundaries, so I'm just going to chuck in and get on and eat.
It's sort of having germs that near your food, what you're about to eat, is just freaky. But I suppose by tomorrow when I'm not ill, I might maybe feel a little bit better.
By swabbing my plate, it made me think, oh, what if? And I was like, get me out of here now.
While Hayley's fears have been confirmed for Tuesday, it's been a small triumph.
It was difficult, but we did it. We didn't freak out or anything, we managed to cope with it.
She demolished that sticky toffee pudding. Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
With 2 days to go in Guildford, Ben has finally emptied Jerry's spare room of unfinished craft projects and unwittingly uncovered the raw material to inspire a new one.
I could see how much muck there was on the window. Instead of cleaning it, I created a piece of artwork. I made a fly cemetery. Well, it just seemed respectful, really.
Are you sending them off? We'll salute them as they go. You haven't touched them, have you, with your hand?
Yeah,
Oh,
I had them lined up really nicely.
I'm going to line them up. Let's line them up right.
See, to me, he needs to be.
Don't touch him. Oh, don't touch him. Do it with a pen.
They don't actually have any germs on them.
You're not going to make the bacon butties now, are you?
No.
The kitchen surfaces are also clear, and Ben can now tackle Jerry's hob, which hasn't been cleaned in 3 months. In that time, he'll spend around 1 whole week cleaning his own hob, despite never using it.
This is my worst nightmare. I've got 2 pairs of gloves on, because in case the gloves break. Do you not mind touching it with your hands?
No. I know I haven't been preparing food on this apart from on a chopping board, so it's like, yes, there may be bacteria there, but it's not going to kill me.
I'm trying my best. I just feel real sick. I'd never let my hob get like this to see whether it actually makes me sick or not. I've never cleaned anybody else's hob before.
This is a first for you?
Yeah, that's why I've got to do it.
Right.
Because then I've achieved something that
Right.
I don't think I could do.
How many times do you spend doing your hob?
It's daily.
Daily, but how long for?
Until I'm happy with it, it can take over an hour.
An hour
Yeah.
to get the dust off the hob?
Yeah.
Right. And what are you using to get the dust off
Antibac wipes.
Right. You've not cooked, you've not touched it from going to the loo and then wiping it. There's no reason you need an antibacterial wipe. They're just your product of choice for everything.
Yeah. They're disposable.
That's one of our opposites. The word disposable to you is a plus.
Yeah.
The word disposable to me is a negative.
Bits of food that get trapped and yeah, it's awful this.
Nightmare. Which is why I got rid of mine.
You know when you get that feeling where the sick comes up and it... Yeah. 2 or 3 times. I'm not snobbish in any way, I really am. How do you cook? You can't cook on that. It's foul.
It's day 3 in Coventry, and Sarah is focusing on deep cleaning the kitchen.
Do you really think that?
You can clean that.
No way.
The average kitchen sink has 10,000 more germs than a toilet. So in a bid to banish as many of these as possible, Sarah wants the boys to make sure they give the dishes a thorough clean.
How much washing up liquid do you go through a week?
You go through quite a lot of washing up liquid. This hasn't been cleaned.
Yeah, it's like from the 70s. I think that's just kind of the way that it is.
No, that hasn't been cleaned. Andy, can I ask you a question?
Go for it.
When you was washing the plates, did you just wash one side?
No.
Did you just wash the
I tried
top?
washing the back of them as well.
Look at that, Andy. That is not washing a plate.
Andy.
Did you actually wash it off or did you just rinse it?
Mick, back me up here. You seen me washing. I was busy.
Andy's made me quite angry with washing the dishes. The plates were like clean on the top, but when you turned them over, they were filthy. I just think he's not really bothered. I think I'm going to be a bit more firmer. Take the microwave and bury it deep, deep, deep in the skin.
Oh, look how it smells.
It's the last day in Guildford, where OCD sufferer Ben is using his meticulous attention to detail to transform Jerry's new bedroom.
I can cope with this crease and can cope with this crease. But all these do my head in. Yeah, Jerry, I'm just wanting to apologise about the creases. I'm trying my best to get them out, but...
I have no difficulty whatsoever in sleeping in that, so I don't know why you need to apologise. It's better made than I would ever make it. So I would like you to feel happy with it, but we haven't got 16 hours for you to be happy with it. So can I help in any way to just straighten it out? Or do you want me to bring the iron in?
Yeah.
Unplug it, so we can just give it an iron over?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yes. Yeah, brilliant. You see why it's easier for me to sleep on the floor.
Oh, yeah. Because even if you slept in it one night, would you need to re-iron it the following night? Yeah, so it'd become a daily task.
Yeah.
To make the bed.
And I haven't time for ironing because I've got plenty of washing and wiping to do.
Right. Is that better?
Yeah.
Are you
better.
happy to let it go
Yeah.
at that?
Yeah. Yes, I'm happy to let that go.
Right. Do you want to? Yeah.
In my brain, I'm looking at the gap between there and here, running nice and straight.
It looks like it's like a show home, and there's part of me that loves the thought that my home is a show home, even if it's an.
Doesn't it make you feel good?
Oh, lovely! But I wouldn't spend 10 hours a day to do it.
In Coventry, it's the final day of brothers Mick and Andy's mammoth clean. They filled 2 skips and said goodbye to the bacteria-laden microwave. And Sarah has just one last tip for the boys.
I love lemons, absolutely love them. You leave the lemons in the kitchen on the windowsill, in the bathroom and around the living room area, and you can rub them on the light bulb like once a week. The light has to be off before you rub the lemon on it.
Like that?
Yeah?
Give off. That's actually quite a good idea. I'm actually going to definitely keep that idea in mind.
You're going to use my tips.
Yeah.
The boys put their finishing touches to the house in preparation for their mum Jeanette and her partner Andy's arrival.
You missed a bit.
Where?
Jeanette had left the boys to look after her house when she moved out to live with partner Andy 2 years ago.
You all right?
All right.
I'm absolutely knackered.
4 days ago, the house was at breaking point. The living room had collected 2 years' worth of dirt and been a dumping ground for rubbish. Now it's clean, tidy, and a welcoming space.
Wow. I'm impressed.
Jumping, wasn't it?
I'm hurt. I'm not hugging you two. Sarah's done it all. I can't believe you two done it.
The bathroom, which had never been scrubbed, is now up to Sarah's impeccable standards.
Wow. It's tidy. It's clean. I dare sit on the toilet.
Thanks to Sarah, our little guardian angel. She's come along and helped us.
But don't you think it was more the fact that you came in and used it when it was that mess? I just don't know how you dare before bring people in and how they dare use the toilet.
Finally, the kitchen, once a germ haven of dirty dishes and overflowing rubbish, is now spotlessly hygienic.
Wow. Oh, wow.
It took a lot of hard work, the kitchen. How does
No.
it make you feel to think that they've done it for me and not...
Happy that they've done it, but then a little bit frustrated and upset that they wouldn't do it for me. If this had been Mick and Andy were your children and they'd got that house in that state, how would you have coped with that? How would you have done it?
I think I would have kicked him out.
Even if they'd got nowhere to go?
Yeah.
They will respect their mother. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
They are going to look after it.
Yeah.
Or they'll be out on their
Or
own
the
rolls.
house will go on the market.
It's just been fantastic having someone who's come along and took time out of their own life to be able to, like, hopefully we've impacted each other's lives and we can make a difference for each other.
At risk of sounding overly sentimental, she has given us a home back. Is probably the best way to put it.
Thank you ever
You're
so
welcome.
much for everything you have done.
You're going to keep it clean.
It's going to stay immaculate.
What I'm most looking forward to when I get home? I want to clean! I really want to clean. I know that I'm going to go back and my partner's tried really hard cleaning, but it's not going to be how I like it. I'll have a cup of tea and then I'll get cleaning.
In Guildford, 4 helpers have been called in to assist Ben and Jerry. They've spent over 90 man-hours removing 4 van loads from Jerry's flat including 68 bags, 24 chairs, 14 mugs, 8 picture frames, a loom, a sofa and 12 moths. Jerry's daughter, Anita, and granddaughter, Olivia, haven't been allowed to visit for 8 months, but today they'll finally be allowed past the front door. Previously, there wasn't a single clear surface in the kitchen and lounge which hadn't been cleaned in 2 years. Now, there's plenty of space to cook, entertain, and do crafts.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm speechless. Oh my goodness.
But look,
Yeah.
space.
I
sit.
don't think I've seen that for several years. But now we can come round and have tea. Don't we all come round? I don't think I've ever seen the hob like that.
It's been the bane of my life, that hob.
Need a medal.
Going home.
A medal for bravery. Yeah. I think you're amazing. I can't believe you've done all of this in such a short space of time.
The main reception room was full to bursting with Jerry's chaotic hoard. But it's now spacious and airy, giving her an extra bedroom.
I haven't been in this room for years. We couldn't even open the door. No, at one point, yeah, it was awful in here.
So, room 3. Follow me. And I want Olivia to come first this time.
The spare room, previously a junk heap, has been unusable for the last 3 years. Now Jerry can invite visitors and her granddaughter to come and stay.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's really nice.
Bless you. You're very welcome, and I hope you have lots of nice times here with Grandma. Been a pleasure to meet you. So.
And I really meant it about staying in touch.
Yeah, we will.
So let's do that.
All right, you take care. Another.
It is quite emotional, Ben going. Bye. There's not words to describe how much gratitude I feel for what Ben's done.
On hearing Jerry arranging a possible stay for Olivia, I really would like to aim for having my 2 stay. I really want to enjoy more time with the children.
A quarter of adults in Britain are so obsessed with cleaning and tidying that they spend over 4 years of their waking lives on household chores, with many feeling compelled to abide by strict regimes and rituals.
I make sure that my pictures measure about 1.5 inch gap between each one.
If I see any little bits on the floor, then I'll literally lick my finger and just pick the bits up.
I bleach my bathroom for 2 hours a day. I've got to do it, else I can't settle. Isn't that a lovely sight?
But for most of us, keeping our homes clean and tidy is not a priority, with the average kitchen sink being dirtier than a loo seat. And only a third of us washing our hands after we use the toilet.
Oh! Literally, a part of me has just died inside.
It's just horrendous.
Can a group of obsessive cleaners transform the habits of a nation?
You can't even get the door open, can you?
You've got dog feces. This is the stuff I'm having to deal with.
I think I'll knock with my feet.
Or will changing the lives of those with a very different attitude to cleanliness prove too much for people whose need for perfection?
Do you mind if I just step out? Just the sheer smell
has become an obsession.
I just feel so dirty, I feel vile.
They're all over the work surface and it's just something that I couldn't deal with.
You're just walking off like some sort of...
Clive needs to put his hand down his pants, find his balls and make a decision.
I feel quite comfortable knowing my family and my, husband, we're all sort of safe in a sort of germ-free environment. I think it's more what's outside, germs-wise, is kind of out of my control.
34-year-old civil servant Louise Green from Wiltshire is a mother of 3, Louise cleans her sink 18 times daily and goes through 17 bottles of bleach every week.
Even if I'm just wiping down the windowsills in the kids' room, I'll always soak my cloth in like a bleach solution. Knowing that my home's clean and tidy, it is like a feeling of euphoria. There you go.
This need for domestic perfection began when Louise was just 18 and served for 5 years with the RAF.
I liked the fact that it gave me that order and that sense of pride in everything that I did. How we arranged our clothing, our bedding, even folded our socks. And they're definitely things that I've extended into my home life. In the cupboard, I like to have things really organised. I have everything facing forward. I like to have them in alphabetical order and this slight gap in between. I definitely would feel out of control if it wasn't neat and ordered. It makes everything feel quite calm, knowing that it's all kind of in that order. If it wasn't, be a little bit upset. I like to have the diagonal line going across all in the same way. I like to have my plugs to the right-hand side and then just coil the chain.
Ex-RAF Corporal Louise runs her home with military precision, ensuring everyone follows her strict regime.
I have a routine with my family. Everything we do is quite ordered, and in my head, as long as it's ordered like that, everything feels like it's running smoothly.
Being nice, I would say she rules the house with a velvet-coated iron fist. Once backs are turned, she'll be back in doing it herself, you know, having another quick go over to make sure it's done Louise's way.
I'd be curious to know how people can sort of let their houses go, but you know, I'd like to think that maybe I could help. Quite like the idea of going in and having a good clean.
Louise has come to Swindon to spend 4 days away from her regimented routine to see if she can help someone in real need of order.
Hello. Hi. Yes, thank you. Come on in. Thank you. Come on in, Louise.
62-year-old Michelle Coiler moved in with her partner Michael 2 years ago. One thing Michael didn't count on was 3 lorry loads of her 40 years worth of clutter joining them.
Sheets, blankets, pillows. These are quilts, and it's one of about 20 or 30 that I have. I reckon I could probably count at least 50 to 60 pairs of curtains.
Mother of 4, Michelle's collections range from antique furniture to ornaments and vintage crockery.
Another one of my collection is my dolls. It became like everything else when I start my collecting. Once I'd got one, I wanted another one and another one.
Their 3-bed semi has now become a warren of disorganised clutter, with the excess spilling into the garden.
We've put here again a storage to store my stuff.
Michelle's hoard is so vast that not only her house, but her daughter's and her neighbours' garages are filled with her collection, and yet she still needs more space.
What my poor partner's having to do is to dig out this area here, and he's actually making a base for a garage, and that's actually going to be another housing unit for my clutter.
And with the 4th lorry load arriving from storage, Michael is overwhelmed.
I just look at it sometimes and think, why do we want all this stuff? It's just coming on top of us now. It is a bit mind-blowing. I don't know what this is.
Sorry.
All I know, it's an iron.
That's an iron, yeah.
Yeah.
There is a certain amount of strain between Michael and myself. It's bound to be, because it's a lot to expect him to accept.
And as if the clutter wasn't bad enough, her mum, an ex-RAF officer, is currently stationed in the living room.
And this is my mum, Margaret Coleman. She had an obsession with cleaning, which led to her being very ill. Because in the RAF, things have to be cleaned perfectly. But I'm going to put her down, she's getting a bit heavy. In the RAF, we had nothing that belonged to us, nothing that we could move on with. So I think clinging on to things is because of all the times that I wasn't allowed to have these things. That's another bag of clothes I've got to sort. I've got absolutely oodles of clothes. All of this stuff makes me feel suffocated. And I do need help. I need help to get rid of it. Come in and don't
faint.
This is your bedroom?
Here's my bedroom. Yes, yes.
Okay.
It is my haven. I do love my bedroom.
So much stuff.
Yes, unfortunately there is a lot of stuff in here. That's my mum's. I've got one or two key pieces that, you know, I mean, this is one of the things I really do need help with because I have so much stuff. It's exhausting.
Yeah,
because
I
all I'm doing all the time.
I'm exhausted looking.
Oh, bless you.
Oh my God. The dolls are scaring me a little bit.
Oh, you're frightened.
A little bit. That one especially looks quite real.
Funny. Funny how people
Do you collect dolls?
I do.
Oh my God. I don't think I've seen everything yet, have I?
Oh God, no. No.
And I'm worrying about this.
Are you?
A
Really?
little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sweating.
Are you?
A little bit.
Oh, bless you. Right, Louise, this is another absolute nightmare room. This is a muddle.
Is this stuff you've bought?
Yes.
There's no space.
No, there isn't any space. And when my daughter and my two grandchildren comes down, this is where I'd like them to be able to stay, and the two grandchildren in the other little bedroom. But as you can see, there's so much stuff in here and it can't be used. It wasn't always like this, you know, because I come from an RAF family.
So do I.
Do
well,
you?
I'm ex-RAF.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. So you more or less know what I'm saying to you then, because, you know, we didn't have possessions. OK, now you really need to hold your breath, OK?
Oh, my God.
This is one of the worst rooms. Okay.
It goes really far back.
Yes, and it's been like this since I moved in. The first van load that came, we just put everything in here, and I've not been able to touch it.
Wow.
Mm.
Does that mean it can all go if you haven't touched it?
No.
With only 4 days to try to restore order to Michelle's home, Louise is going to take on the 2 bedrooms and wants to prepare her for what she has in store.
I just want to empty the room. I wouldn't have the teddy there. I wouldn't have the doll. I wouldn't have that. I'd probably have my picture, and that would be it. And it would just be very...
Minimal.
Exactly. What about the dolls, the babies?
What are you thinking of?
You know, if you could maybe part with a couple, the money you could... Maybe, I said maybe.
I do appreciate what you're saying, but you're in a delicate area there with my dolls.
OK. It makes me feel like I'm getting a headache, if you see what I mean, because I'm so busy looking at everything and trying to take it all in.
Yeah. I'm getting a headache listening to you. Getting a headache.
I know.
I'm very tactical sometimes when I want to keep something, and I hope that Louise is strong enough and clever enough to outwit me on that. Otherwise, we won't move anything, will we?
I think anybody sort of coming in would probably be shocked. I think it's going to be a lot of work because there is a lot of stuff.
The average single man changes his bed sheets just 4 times a year, while single women change theirs every 2.5 weeks. But one group of Britons are waging a constant war on dirt.
Cleaning for me, it's almost like an itch that you can't scratch, and you're never satisfied until everything's ticked off the list.
Food hall worker Richard is not one to be caught short when it comes to cleaning.
This is like my secret hoard. There are at least 8 bottles of bleach. If I get down to 3, that's when I'm like seriously panicking. Bottles have to be yellow, along with this has to be yellow. When your bedroom is here, and my bed is only feet away, I do not want to smell drains. So my best friend, the bleach, it goes down here on a daily basis.
But it's not just about germs. The former air steward doesn't leave anything to chance.
I have 2 alarm clocks. I have to have excessive amounts of everything, so I've got fail-safe.
You're just a freak. Am I allowed to say anally retentive?
Thanks.
Richard bleaches and cleans the fridge 4 times a week and plumps his cushions daily. Nothing in his home escapes his meticulous attention to detail.
Organisation is number 1, I'd say, definitely. You go through sort of pale pinks, darkers, then you go to purples, stripes, greys, and finally blacks. Not knowing where anything is doesn't compute in my mind.
Even pet dog Charlie is professionally groomed every 2 weeks at a cost of £40 a month to meet Richard's high standards.
It actually makes you a little bit more obsessed when you have an animal, because you know that there's dog hair down there somewhere that's got to be hoovered up. There's no excuse really to have a dirty dog. There's plenty of dog parlours around. It stops the hair at home, basically, and also on my T-shirt. Yeah.
His excessive hygiene routine started 3 years ago.
My cleaning habits increased when I separated from a partner after 9 years. It was almost like a cleansing counselling, but it was a way to get that those memories that upset me out of my life and move forward.
Richard is hoping to apply his calm and ordered approach when he meets someone who lacks his scrupulous attention to detail.
Doesn't matter how dirty, you've just got to get in there, roll up your hands. I can do it, I don't want to do it, and I've scrubbed myself to death afterwards, but it has to be done. Yes, good boy.
Richard has left the comfort of his Hastings home to bring his cleaning talents and unflappable attitude to the suburbs of Brentwood in Essex.
I can handle most things, as long as I'm prepared and I've got a lot of cleaning products and bits and pieces with me. I think I should be all right.
Leave. Sorry.
How are you? Nice to meet you. All right, who are?
I'm Linda.
43-year-old dog minder Linda shares her home with her son and up to 10 dogs at a time.
Wait, no arguing. I have made dogs my life. They're my business, they're my pleasure, they're my hobby. They do obviously contribute to the mess as well, but if it's sitting down here on the sofa for the evening with dogs or spending 2 hours upstairs tidying up and cleaning, then yes, the dogs win every time. That should have gone in the bin and I've just thrown it on the floor.
So with Linda preferring downtime with the dogs to dusting, the mess has taken hold in the 15 years she's lived here.
I've probably never cleaned this house from top to bottom. The TV, I don't know how to get the dirty smears and drips off, some of which is dog slobber, I'm afraid. We're dogs of...
Upstairs, things are even worse, and Linda hasn't had a relationship in the 6 years since she last hoovered her bedroom.
I have had dogs be sick in the bed before. What's the point of trying to find a nice fella? Because this is where I've got to bring him.
With her love life on hold because of the state of the house, Linda knows she needs help.
Why bother trying to clean something when it's always filthy again 5 minutes later? That makes me sound really bad. Really, really bad. I'd rather live with dirt than do a bit of cleaning.
She could be a lot happier once she gets this place sorted out. She will be a different person.
I think something's got to change.
Fortunately, help has arrived in the shape of obsessively organised Richard, and he's relishing the challenge of restoring order to Linda's neglected home.
Yep.
So this is the living room.
Right,
Where
OK.
we spend most of our time.
Right. Wow, can you team of that? Guys,
No,
there's some dogs and stuff.
I think so, but I just get fed up of cleaning it and then it's just as filthy 2 days later.
The rule is just keep it on top of it. If there's dust on my units and stuff, I feel it get up my nose and stuff, and I feel a bit itchy. OK, wow, carpet's had some use, isn't it?
It's seen a lot of dog traffic. I found a wet patch on the floor and I was looking after a puppy who was house trained,
OK.
but we don't know what the wet patch was, so we assumed it was
You peed
peed. Give it another
And that
clean.
didn't come up with steam cleaning yet?
Oh, that was it. I haven't had it steam cleaned.
Oh, since that, OK. So what are we going to do with the light shade stuff then? Are there flies under there? Is there another room you'd like me to have a look at? So this is your kitchen then, yeah? You do the cooking and stuff here, and then we've got then a bit of...
I don't even know what that is or where that came from.
That's been there probably a while or something, hasn't it?
I can't see how food got up
I
there.
have no idea. It's like someone's had a food fight or something, isn't it? Or something's, like, exploded.
This is the bedroom.
OK. Wow. Gosh.
Excuse me a moment. I'm just going to move those because I don't believe they should be there.
This was hoovered when?
It would be years.
No way.
Probably would be years.
I probably couldn't sleep in this room because I'd be sneezing and stuff all night long. We're different people, aren't we? I clean this daily.
Having experienced the chaos of her home, Richard is keen to explain how a cleaning routine could benefit Linda.
Dust, as you know, is just particles of skin, and knowing that it's sort of like dead skin cells and things as well makes me feel that we're just a bit itchy. I've got a hygiene cloth thing, antibacterial thing that I use, and that's brilliant. in between the keys as well. I would, on furniture, if I see any dog hairs, wipe it just down with a damp cloth and that gets it off really nicely, or
Right.
sellotape around your hand as well.
Okay.
That gets it off.
Is cleaning the first thing you do when you get up, or the last thing you do when you go to bed? Or
First thing in the
all day?
morning.
Do you get up quite early to get all
I
that
do
done?
normally about 6-ish. It's prioritising, I think, what is important. It's like, you know, taking medication, really.
Right.
I just get into routine. It's like an itch that I can't scratch. I've got to do it.
I don't know how you have time to do anything else if you're cleaning chairs every day, just so it's got
Yeah.
some dog hairs on it.
I have been surprised by how he can't rest if there's something out of place.
I don't understand why you don't clean at least once a week.
No kissing, no kissing. Disgusting.
1 in 50 people in Britain are diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder. For some, this can manifest itself in an obsessive fear of germs.
I take 2 sandwich bags, I put 1 on each hand, and then I'll clean.
Although we all come into contact with millions of harmless bacteria every day, for germaphobes with a fear of contamination, all bacteria are terrifying. Mum of 3, Hayley, was diagnosed with OCD in 2007, and her obsessional behaviour has impacted on many areas of her life.
I'm going to get the big guns out. See the stain? Throughout my life, I've had different forms of the OCD. So sometimes I might get intrusive thoughts. I fear that if I don't carry out these rituals, that my children will die. So for me, the important thing is to confront my fears. Literally, a part of me has just died inside. The more I do that, it makes me have control over the illness as opposed to it having control over me.
Hayley's joining forces with fellow obsessive compulsive cleaners to take themselves out of their comfort zone.
Because that is as bad as the average toilet seat.
Joining Hayley this week are fellow OCD-diagnosed mother and daughter, Leslie and Tuesday.
If there's a circle, I've got to start all over again with the bleach.
Along with gym owner Vinny, whose every barbell, machine and bench is kept totally bacteria-free.
Here. Just keep it and wipe down, please. Come on, you're having a laugh. What about this? Thank you. Don't like sweat drying on the machine, so I always put the Dettol on top of it to make sure it doesn't dry.
Today, Vinny and the group will be testing their fears to the limits by visiting a public leisure centre.
I have absolutely no desire to ever go in a gym or a swimming pool or anything like that.
It's like a bacteria paradise, really, isn't it? You know, people are sweating in there and the bacteria is literally growing on the machines, isn't it? You know?
Yeah.
I have gone to the gym before, but like with my OCD, where it spills over onto like my appearance, I find myself like wasted there because I'm like, I don't even want to work up a sweat because I'm worried that I'm going to lose an eyelash.
When I walk into all the dooms and see the state of them, it's disgusting. And I would most probably walk out.
This is a massive challenge for Tuesday, whose fear of germs has prevented her from ever stepping inside a gym.
I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to go on it, but I'm going to have anti-bac wipe in each hand.
Yeah.
So I have to touch the handles of my skin, like, okay.
Right, OK, hold the handles.
Of the 60,000 germs in gyms that people may come in contact with daily, only 1% are potentially harmful. But for a germaphobe, they all seem harmful.
Being in that room, like a hot room somewhere, doing whatever, yoga, spinning, whatever, and it's like, as it's getting hotter, the germs are like growing and multiplying, and you're just breathing it in. Machine is absolutely filthy. I can see stains and
Sweat.
yeah.
I'm totally uncomfortable. There's sweat in the air. There's sweaty, sticky marks on there. Hair. OK, I think we should swab down there because I can see literally drips of sweat.
OK.
Swab, Hayley.
So to find out how clean this gym is, they're using a device designed to check hospital sanitation levels.
It does look like there's a couple of pubes on it. Pubic.
What is it? Please tell me.
A reading of 214 means that it's way below the 500 mark, which is considered clean enough to prepare food on.
I don't necessarily think because something looks dirty that it actually is.
For me, even though it looks filthy, that's bad enough. But if it had a high reading, like the germs are more important to me than if it looks filthy.
Yeah, if it had that have had a high reading, I think you would have got quite upset because you touched it and you'll feel it's on your personal.
Yeah.
Would you eat off there?
No.
Exactly. So to me, that's filthy.
Can we get out of here, please?
Even with a low reading, the gym still isn't clean enough for the group. Next, they push themselves to the limits in a public swimming pool.
I got palpitations. I'm physically shaking inside.
In Swindon, Louise is on the third day of decluttering Michelle's 40 years' worth of collecting, which has swamped partner Mick's house.
Do you need them?
No.
Louise wants Michelle to agree which items should be thrown away and which should go to the local car boot sale.
What's that? Can I have that back out, please?
Hang on, miss. Yeah, okay.
That was my favourite top.
My darling, upstairs you got enough clothes to fit out. I don't know what.
Car boot?
Yeah, car boot.
Car boot, that'll go.
No!
Yes, you've got another stapler. You made me keep another stapler. You don't need loads of staplers.
No, not that size, because that is an industrial stapler.
Yeah, I know, that's what I mean.
And what are you doing this industrial?
Please. That's office.
You're going to be able to supply an office with all of this.
All this stuff in here I would chuck out. Temptation is very strong. It's better she's out of the way.
Michael's just carrying on going through everything and just, while she's not looking, grabbing handfuls and shoving them in the black bags.
With over 30 boxes to wade through, Michelle's hoard also contains some of her mum's precious possessions.
Oh, that's my... Oh, God, my mum's glass. She drank a toast every New Year. Old Lang Syne and that. Can you put that inside? That's my mum's.
With one of the bedrooms now clear, Michelle's windows are accessible for the first time in 2 years.
I found some of that, which is perhaps quite good, so I thought we could squirt that in the corners and let it do its work. How often would you do this, Louise?
I clean my windows every day.
Every day?
Yeah, every day. Oh, I can smell it's got Dettol, it's lush.
I've sort of been trying to think, where would I fit that in?
I get up early.
What time do you get up?
About 5:30.
And you clean before you go to work?
Yeah. I've fallen asleep before on the couch and then woke up and hoovered.
Do you know that's even in excess of my mum?
Do you think?
I know. My mum was like every day cleaning or working. She worried more about what the neighbours would say than how I felt. She just...
But you see, it's like with me...
She sort of thought more about the cleaning than she did me. You know, what the hell does it matter what's clean and what isn't? That's what she swapped for her cleaning. She swapped loving me for a damn cleaning. And I hate her for it. I really hate her for it. I'm sorry.
Do you want a tissue?
But that's what it does to you later on when you know, when you think back, when they go, when they pass on, you think, I can't put that right. I can't get you back to play with me now because you've damn well cleaned all the time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You all right? Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. I don't. I do that. I play with my kids and stuff. I make sure I have time to do that.
Don't let them think things like that when, you know, when they're older. Don't make sure you take time out.
It's all right.
Okay.
I'm gonna need to get a tissue. It's really sad, but I know that I still do things with my kids. You know, I know that we'll still do days out with them, and you know, if my kids came in and said, "Mum, let's go to the park," I'd go with them. I wouldn't say, "Oh no, I'm not going because I'm cleaning my windows."
She looks in control. I feel that control in her is strictly monitored. I think she'd crack without it. And that concerns me. Because my mum did crack.
Let's do that. Let's put all the stuff down.
In Brentwood, Essex, Linda has reduced the number of dogs from 10 to 3. so Richard can put his organisational skills to the test and take on her 3 rooms.
There's some dog treats that have fallen out, must have fallen out of my pocket while I was on the sofa. And she's just helped me clear those up.
He's starting by taking back control of the living room from her canine companions.
Right then, so I'm not teaching you to suck eggs here, but you need to get rid of all that. Problem with black, though, is you have to keep on top of it. I think you do a better job if you concentrate on 1 or 2 jobs and do them properly than do the whole house badly.
Stained with dog urine, the living room carpet is beyond repair, and the entire space must be cleared.
How has somebody got around the back of the television and left a really big yellow stain? That looks like mould. I can't live like this. I've got an allergy to mould.
Yeah. That'll be a different place when your new carpet's down. You've got to have a space for you and a space for your doggies.
Yeah. I think dogs that cock their legs on things, I'm going to have to say no to the customers' dogs that come in. I think I'm going to have to clamp down on puppies if they're not house trained.
That smells damp.
Right. Yeah, well, that'll be the mould then.
Yeah.
In which case I'd probably make myself ill.
Lovely.
I always knew I wasn't the housewife of the century, but yeah, things have been so much worse than I really thought they were. Either that or I'm looking at them with fresh eyes, knowing that there's somebody here who probably would never dream of stepping foot in a house like this. Oh, sorry, doesn't fit anymore.
Richard wants to clear Linda's bedroom, a room that has not been thoroughly cleaned since she moved in 15 years ago.
OK. No, it's good to get rid of old stuff. It's old memories, it's to do with people who've been in the past, and it's also good in your bedroom because you're making way for maybe a new partner in your life.
I have been less confident about relationships since it's got so messy, and the last boyfriend I had, he was quite a clean and tidy guy. He didn't ever say, you're too messy, but he would make comments.
Yeah.
So we kind of eventually just split up.
And that's why this is really important, that we can get this sorted out for you.
How did you get into all your good habits with cleaning?
The relationship, similar to you, came to an end, and everything to do with that relationship I just really wanted in the past.
Yeah.
So I started to sort of scrub like mad, and that's really how mine escalated.
So I've got worse and worse in my way.
And I've got
worse
in the other way,
Yeah.
which is really strange. So now we've met, and maybe we can learn from each other and
come meet in the middle.
Find the perfect person between the two of us.
Yeah, I don't want to meet in the middle. Perhaps a bit closer to your standards than mine.
All right. Should we tackle under the bed? Oh God. Rucksack.
Yeah. That's a bag of bags. I don't know what that is.
That is weird. It looks like glue. Actually, no, it doesn't.
It does look like a little bit of a poop. There is a small chance that a doggy may have done a whoopsie somewhere.
I think we'll have a moment, just a hand moment, quickly. Would you like to borrow some?
Yeah.
The worm is turning.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm converting you.
I was a bit worried that I would find a little poop under there because I can't smell it.
Oh God.
Look at the state of it right in the corner. It's all up the walls. I don't know how much of this is my hair and how much of it is dog's hair. That is pretty disgusting. I think, sorry. It's all gone up my throat. Yeah, so because I can't move the bed, I obviously couldn't clean underneath there if I'd made any actual attempt to clean. This is just disgusting. It's just horrible. I had no idea it would actually be this thick because it's not this thick anywhere else. But I suppose everywhere else gets movement in and out of the room and there's no movement here. And because I can't open the windows, because in case I was worried the dogs would jump out, there's been no draft. That's really horrible. I don't want to live in that. I don't want to stand in this corner anymore.
Don't worry. I mean, it's all right. It's done. Oh, we'll be all right. That's why I'm here. Working wonders. We'll get there. It's the beginning, isn't it?
I don't know what I want to do. I just don't want to be in here anymore.
I mean, look, all the bags of rubbish. That's the last big bag of rubbish to go out. So don't crack up on me yet, because I can't do it on my own. I'm not going through your knicker drawer on my own. I'd be quite shocked if I knew that I'd been sleeping on top of a dog poo for quite a few months. Until that place is up to scratch, and I shall be having lunch out here.
Today, gym owner Vinny, along with OCD-diagnosed Hayley, Leslie and daughter Tuesday, are pushing their fears to the limit by visiting a public leisure centre.
I haven't been to a public bath for 20 years. To me, it's an infestation of dirt.
Swimming pools, like leisure centres and gyms, I hate it because I think, you know, you've got kids weeing in the pool. Am I going to swim into a turd floating? Like, I just don't know.
The average person comes into contact with millions of harmless bacteria every day. But for some people with OCD, the thought of contamination from germs can be a constant cause of concern.
Talk about coming out your comfort zone. This is off the Richter scale, this is.
Yeah.
I got palpitations. I'm physically shaking inside.
I feel like I just want to go and shower now and put my clothes in the wash and clean all over because I just feel dirty just being here.
With 3 million of us swimming annually and only 80 outbreaks of infection a year, the likelihood of illness from pools is low.
I don't want to stand this close even now because if it splashes on me, you know, and the smell, you can see the scum on the top of the water, you know, and that's skin, that's dead
It's
skin
just like
cells.
swimming around in a giant toilet.
I'm just really upset. I don't want to be here, you know, much longer. So, I mean, this is really dirty here.
Let's have a look at the floor. Because
I'm scared about the floor. What about Veruca's?
To test if the area is as dirty as they think, they're using a device designed to check hospital sanitation levels. A reading of 500 or under is considered so hygienic you could prepare food on it.
Whoa! Now, you see what I mean?
Oh, God,
7,006.
We're standing
That
in
is
it.
just...
Luke, we're standing in it.
Feel my hand.
We're standing in poo.
You see, that is really scary high.
7646 is a high reading, but given this area of flooring is the main path to the pool that can see up to 90,000 visitors monthly, it's not unusual. Safe levels of chlorine will kill 98% of all bacteria and are unlikely to cause a person harm.
You know, you're taking that into the pool.
Yes, exactly.
Even though the chlorine's killing a bit of it, it doesn't matter because that poo, that dirt's on my pumps now.
Although none of the group will actually go swimming, has the trip to the leisure centre done them any good?
When you actually see them numbers, it's for someone with OCD, I can't explain can we? We can't explain. For us, that is mind-blowing. Can we go?
Yes,
Can we go?
yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Can we go? Can we go? I wanted to push, you know, my boundaries, and I did. I went, I've done it, and I feel a bit better. You know, it's good.
In Swindon, Louise is tackling chronic collector Michelle's 40 years of clutter. With the hoard overwhelming her partner Mick's house, Michelle has agreed to some of it being sold at the local car boot sale.
Just have a little look.
You can have a little look, but you don't buy anything.
Look at them scales.
Let's get going. That's the key, don't linger too long.
For Louise, who washes her hands 30 times a day, a car boot sale is a challenging environment.
It's making me feel a little bit anxious with all the stuff because people have touched it and it's all really, I don't know. Dirty, yeah. I want to wash my hands.
Michelle's neighbour Owen, who has his own garage full to the brim of her hoard, is helping on the stool today.
Hello. How are you doing?
How are you doing?
Yeah.
Good. How's it going, Owen?
Very well.
I've spotted something that shouldn't be here. I need that for my upholstery, and if that's gone, I can't do my upholstery.
I'll take it away.
Yeah, please. Oh my God. You see that? Get that off.
What?
You see that glass?
Definitely.
That is my mum's glass. It's got Peggy on it. That is my mum's glass, and I wouldn't part with that for all the tea in China. And that is going back in my bag. These are my personal. I'm really upset about that.
Come here, don't get upset.
I'm really upset about that. It had my mum's name on it, and she gave that to me. And I've given away loads of it, so I kept very little of my mum's things.
You had so much stuff, it's hard to keep track of everything that was getting looked at. And it's probably just a case of someone's maybe picked it with something and not even realised what it is. Because not everybody, it's like you said, not everybody knows what may be sort of precious to you. Do you know what I mean? Nobody would have done that intentionally
to upset you. You know, this whole thing was going to be hard from start to finish for you.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it is sentimental. You have done so well.
I'm sorry, I didn't expect that. I just didn't expect it, you know, it was a shock.
I'm really proud of you. OK?
Where are we putting it? Just in the room?
Yeah.
We'll come back with our thing later.
In Brentwood, former air steward Richard is meticulously seeking out every space in Linda's bedroom, which may be hiding dust and dog hair.
So, how long has it been since the wardrobe's been moved?
Well, it hasn't been moved since we put it there, which was probably about 10 years ago.
10 years, wow. So that's 10 years worth of dust and dog hair and stuff under there.
Something's got to give, and I can't let it get this bad again. So I think it is really important that I do this.
Should we give it up?
Yes, please.
At home, Richard hoovers every day. Now clear of mess, Linda's carpet is being hoovered for the first time in years, revealing a previously hidden pattern.
I can't believe how disgusting that is.
It's almost like there's a trail of the sort of the yellow and stuff where the dogs have been and things. It's like stepping stones, really, from the doorways to here.
I think it's trailed like that because at one point one of my dogs, when he did have an upset stomach, he was trying to get out of the room so he could do it as close to the back door as possible. Now the rest of it's clean, it's really shown up how absolutely disgusting that is. I think that's poo, but probably vomit as well. Because scamp sometimes brings up bile in the mornings.
That's quite bright yellow,
Come out the other end. I don't think that's not wee.
No, that's not wee.
I think
It doesn't come up like that.
Yeah, so that is pretty disgusting that I've just left that there.
Well, like you say, you have cleaned it up, but you just haven't cleaned it up properly.
Because nobody comes up here, I've just been a lot lazier. And if it had looked like that, I would have. But because there was so much clutter around,
Exactly.
you don't get the full picture, and that's just me trying to give excuses.
I think the steam cleaning will get on top of that, probably get about 90% of that off.
Because it's not urine, which is
No.
obviously liquid. It
Yeah.
has hopefully just sat on the top.
In Brentwood, it's the last day of the clean, and under the guidance of obsessively organised Richard, he's putting the final touches to Linda's home.
So what I tend to do, line things up a bit. Well, all the greens are lined up, that's right. You've got everything you need, all in this small space. So, yeah, I think colour coordination is quite good. This is what I do at home, so we have got organisation there.
While the bedroom carpet is steam cleaned, a new living room carpet is replacing the old one stained with dog urine. At home, Richard changes his bedding twice a week and has a surprise planned for Linda. She sleeps with one of her dogs, which in the past has vomited in the bed, and hasn't changed her sheets for months.
That's better. Fresh. That's because you can't. So I've got you a little sort of prezi, really. So I don't know what you think about this. Red being kitchen. Yellow could be your lounge or sitting room. Green is going to be somewhere upstairs clean, OK? And then I thought, as you walk through the door, you're going to see it.
Right.
Would you stick to that?
Yes.
Yeah? Good. Pleased to hear it.
Yes.
Richard and Linda have filled the skip with all manner of detritus, including chairs, clothes, 2 tyres, 1 traffic bollard, dog hair and faeces, a TV and a carpet. One of the rare visitors allowed into Linda's home is her dad. He's come over to see what Richard has helped her achieve. The kitchen was a grubby dust, hair and splatter-covered mess. It's now bleached, buffed and anti-backed up to Richard's standards.
Hi, Dad.
Hello.
Come in. This is Richard. Richard's
Hiya,
Dad.
Hello, Richard.
How are you? All right, then?
Crikey. You've had a bit of a go in here, haven't you?
What do you think?
Yeah.
Well, it ain't you, that's for sure. No, it's lovely. I don't think it's looked like this since the day you moved in.
Linda's living room had been overrun with dogs for years. After a thorough clean, clear out and new carpet, it's now a place she can happily entertain in.
Right, Jesus Christ. What's going on here? I can't believe I'm walking into somewhere and not treading on something.
Thanks very much.
It's unbelievable. I don't see why people wouldn't want to come here. I'm not saying they didn't before, but they might have come once, maybe wouldn't want to come back a second time. But now they will, love. It really is absolutely beautiful.
Upstairs, dog minder Linda's bedroom hadn't been cleaned in over 6 years, with 2 dogs sleeping in a bed nightly. The carpet was filthy, covered with dog hair and stained with faeces. It's now airy, spacious and ideal for relaxing.
Oh my God. Oh wow. Oh, look at this.
We've got new bedding.
I can't believe how much the carpet's changed, how well that's come up. That is as good as the day it was laid.
Different colour, isn't it? Almost.
It's definitely a different colour.
It's really bright.
Yeah, it is really good. This is a room I'd be happy to be in now, rather than just come in, go to bed and get out. I think I might have a lie and read a couple of times maybe.
I just think this is a room she could well chill out in on her, you know.
Absolutely.
Give her what do they call it? Me time.
Yeah, downtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can definitely invite people back here. I've already invited a friend round early next week, hopefully, to come and spend some time here with me. It's a nicer environment for people. I don't have to worry what they're going to see, what they're going to sit in, what they might spot that I perhaps had just gone blind to.
All right then.
Well, thanks so much.
That's all right. Yeah, it was all good fun.
I miss you.
Yeah. Help yourself.
Yeah, I do.
All right, keep it clean, yeah?
Yeah.
All right then, keep in touch.
Chill out a bit.
All right then, yeah, we'll do.
Bye.
All right then, bye. I haven't seen anything here that makes me want to clean any less. I'm going to stay much as I am. I think Linda's learned a great deal from it.
I'm definitely going to make some lifestyle changes. I'm going to be looking after less dogs. I'm going to probably keep my dogs out of the bed, although not out of the bedroom. And I'm going to be making sure that relaxation comes after all the jobs, all the cleaning has been done.
In Swindon, with only a few hours left, ex-RAF Corporal Louise and chronic collector Michelle are putting the finishing touches to the bedrooms.
I didn't realise it was such a lovely bed. It was so pretty, you just want to dive in it, don't you? And, you know?
I do now after these last few days.
Clean, so clean. I know. Thank you so much.
It's okay.
With Michelle's partner Michael, who owns the house, expected in a matter of hours, the ladies go into overdrive.
You've got to see this.
Okay.
You've got to see this.
I'm going to see it.
You're going to be so proud.
4 days ago, the rooms were bursting with 40 years worth of Michelle's fabrics, possessions and furniture.
Go in, go in.
Oh my God. Oh yes. Oh God. I've never seen it looking this clear.
Oh. Oh, sweetheart.
Oh,
You all
it's
right?
lovely. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh.
The guest bedroom was barely visible, hidden underneath 30 boxes of Michelle's hoard.
What's it look like now, eh? It looks like a bedroom, doesn't it?
Yeah,
not
it
not
really
a junk
is.
room.
Oh.
And look, we
can actually see the windows.
Yeah, we can actually. Oh, baby.
You can actually see the windows.
Oh, darling,
Oh, my
don't
God.
cry, because you made me cry.
That's lovely. Thank you very
Isn't it?
much.
Look at the bed.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you're getting over. Oh,
it's-
darling.
Oh, nothing is going in that bedroom. Either bedroom. That's it. Nothing. No stuff is going up the stairs.
You don't realise how obsessive you are. I didn't realise I was obsessive about hoarding. And I think Louise doesn't place herself in a cleaning category.
Right.
Right, Louise?
Yes.
Yeah?
Good, thanks.
Yeah, sure.
You take care. Enjoy your rooms.
Oh, thank
okay?
you, sweet.
Take care of yourself.
You take care. Yeah?
Enjoy them. Don't fill them.
I won't, I promise you. I won't, I promise.
Good. Take care.
Safe journey.
I don't need to change. I don't want to change. You know, I'm happy with how I live my life and I'm happy with how I clean. I know it doesn't affect, my family life. That will always come first.